Okay, we ended the last lecture talking about themes. When you're aligning paragraphs, getting things prepared, sometimes you may want to rely on a theme or a specific look and feel that is either preloaded in Microsoft Word or something that your corporation or your organization has created as a theme, so all the documents have the same look and feel. Let me pull up this document here that we've been looking at, and if you want to look at the themes, you're going to go to the Design tab. And over here on the left hand side are themes. It's office themes that you can pick. Click on that drop down menu and you can see a whole bunch of themes that are available here as far as different ways, different colors, different layouts, different look and feel to the documents, different way the headers are dealt with color wise, strength wise, font size, font spacing. Okay, now I've applied a theme. I've applied the characters. Does this theme have a name? It doesn't really have a name, but it allows me to use green font and large font. This is Trebuchet size 13 for the headers, and then the rest of the document has a specific look and feel about it. Themes are something that's interesting. You may want to play around with themes, and if you have a corporation or a set look and feel you want to carry through all your documents, you might want to consider creating a theme for your organization so that you can say apply this specific theme and have all of our documents look similar. Okay, next we're going to go on to tabs. Working with tabs are really important when you're centering, when you're aligning text in your document. Say you want to build a pseudo table. In other words, you want to build a document that has tabs where things align but you're not actually putting them in tables. A tab stop comes from the original thing was actually in the old days from a typewriter. You literally had a little piece of metal or plastic that you would put on the carriage that would actually be your official tab stop, where your carriage would stop after you hit tab. It would go to that certain spot and stop. It's a point on your horizontal ruler that aligns text at the same location. It could be aligned left, center, right, or a specific decimal point length. You set the tabs using the ruler. You use tenth of an inch. All the measurements in Microsoft are set up as tenths of an inch. They're not set up as 1/8, 1/3, 1/4, anything like that. So when you work with tabs, this is the window you're going to see. You're going to have the right tab icon is going to be on the left hand side. You've got left tab stops and right tab stops. And then you have centering tab stops. Those are indicated according to the shape of the tab. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. I can a little bit. Okay, the left tab stops are going to be like an L. The right tab stops are going to bend to the left. You can see the difference here by looking at this document. You can see the difference between the tab stops. I'm working with tabs. Right here on this setup here, you can actually see what I was talking about. Let me zoom back out so I get the full slide in that window. Left tab is an L shape. Center tab is a crossbar at the bottom and a T, upside down T. Right tab is a backwards L. A decimal tab is got a dot beside it, and a bar tab is a vertical bar that's in the tab position or the location of that text. Okay. Tab stops, I want to show you the tab stops when you're setting tab stops. I think that's really a critical skill to know. First thing I'm going to do is go back here and remember to turn off your paragraph markers if you don't want to see them, if they clutter up your area. Okay, if you're looking to see the tab stop menu, what you want to do is just grab a tab, double click on it. It'll pull the tabs menu up, and you actually can set default tabs are at 0.5 is what this is set at. Remember, I set that a minute ago where a half-inch indentation on my paragraphs. You can set and you can clear tab stops in this. We're going to clear these out. We're going to clear these tab stops, and we're going to say set a tab stop at 0.25. You go through and select the ones that you don't want, and then you add a stop 0.5. Set 0.75, set, and then 1.0 set. So what we're doing, we're setting tabs every quarter of an inch here. You can see those at the top here. and it allows you to set the tabs by using this. Then you can clear all the tabs. You can do the alignment and do the leader for each line if you want to have dots or lines before something starts. This would be where you'd set that also. Okay, when you're working with indents, indents is another way to look at sentence and paragraph alignment. You've got the option of entire left side, entire right side, first line. You can indent various places. Indent markers show up on the toolbar. You can see the indent marker in this document. If we look at this line right here, the indent marker, the first line indent is the little gray triangle. I'm going to enlarge this a little bit so you can see better. The first line indent is this little triangle up here. The second line indent is here, and this will tell you where your indent is. If you watch, you can slide this back and align them both. Oops, I missed just a little bit. And then a trick, if you want your second lines and following lines to be indented, hold down the shift key and grab this hanging indent or second line arrow, and see, it'll show you, you can put that anywhere. Hold down your shift key, put it at 1/2 inch, and your second and all following lines in the paragraphs will be indented whatever you set this at. Indent markers are what you just saw on the horizontal ruler. When you want to apply word text effects to your typography, you can add word art to your indents. One of the nice things that you can do with Word is you can create that first line indent and make the first letter of the paragraph larger, give it a fancy look to it. And if you want to look at your indent markers here in the textbook, it shows you the picture here where it shows your first line, your left indent marker, your increase and decrease buttons, which I'll show you are at the top of your line here. That's increase, or that's decrease indent. This is increase indent. And you've got those indent markers that you can set also within the paragraph settings here. You can talk about indentation left or right. You can set it up so it'll mirror indent. So if you go 0.5 here, it'll be 0.5 on the right hand side too. So that'll allow you to have the same indents on both sides. And this would be where you'd want to set your tabs also. You could get to tabs from that same menu instead of clicking on the little lines like we were looking at before. Now, working with indents, you've got this on page 61. You've got a real nice explanation that'll show you the button or the toolbar, the horizontal ruler, what it looks like on the horizontal ruler. It'll show you what you're going to see there and what it's going to look like. Okay, so we're going to talk next about bullets. Bullets are indents with character by them, either bullet like a dot or some small character, whatever you want to create. You can even create your own bullet, or with numbering. The indents are set. You set a certain space in from the side, the left side margin, and then you also would add a bullet or a character or whatever you'd want to create, or number your listing, however you want to do it. To add bullets and numbering, that again is also up in the toolbar, so we'll pull up this. It's right up here. You've got numbering, you've got bullets here. You click the drop down menu, you can see the variety of bullets that you can choose, and you can actually define a new bullet. You can create your own bullet from a specific text. I've actually done that in certain documents where I've used a company logo for the bullets. Here is numbering. You're going to tell it how to number, how you want your numbering done, if you want it done Roman numerals, if you want it done Arabic numerals, if you want letters with parentheses besides them, etc., etc. Then also you've got this choice as far as changing the list level. If you want to do a nested listing where you have a variety of bullets for the next lower grouping and move your list forward, you can actually use this listing level. It'll tell you how you want to align your things in your paragraph. Let's go back to the slides. So we're looking at bullets and numberings are real easy to add to your document. Once again, like I was just saying, you do the multi-level listing. You can use that drop-down arrow to pick that multi-level list. And then the next topic we're looking at is doing borders and shading, and that's going to be the next lecture. So we'll talk to you in a minute.